As we introduce our next speaker, I just want to say one thing. I think everybody is aware or have a sense of what I'm about to reference. We have a need to emphasize, whenever we can, that there's one human race and that there is a way in which we are working together. And that the fact that there are some countries that are pulling ahead of the United States should not be seen by people in the United States as any sort of a threat. As a matter of fact, sometimes people pulling ahead of you reminds you of who you used to be and maybe still are, but just forgot. The next speaker is Dr. Xing Jijun, Science and Technology Counselor of the Consulate General, of the People's Republic of China in New York.
Thank you. All distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all participants, good afternoon. It's really my pleasure to be here with all of you to enjoy the nice videos and the nice dialogue. And I'm sure we have already seen the very exciting part of this conference. So now, of course, the gentleman mentioned the China, even the videos many times about China and the Chinese space stories and the space activities and programs. It's true. So today's it's a special. Let me see. It's a half century ago. That's a great moment. Have been done by 3 astronauts from NASA. So their action made a great moment. Of course, belong to 3 of them and belong to American people, but not only, it also belonged to the human beings. So our China belong to this. So even today, this week, we also in China have a lot of activities, events to celebrate, to memory this great moment. So that's great pleasure for me and my colleagues to present the Chinese Consulate General, because we were asked to provide some of things about Chinese space program. So later we'll share with you a very short video program to introduce the Chinese space program and activities. So before that, I would like to say a few words or say a few words to, as a human being, we really want to share with everyone. A lot of things we need to do and we have done. So in the future, there are more things we have to do together. So today we are talking more about the space, the outer space. But the other thing we have to also pay much more attention is what we are living now, our Earth, our planet. So I think the 2 of very important things together make our full establishment in the future. The first one is how we protect our Earth. As a global citizen, it's all our responsibilities. Of course, for the future, if we make the human being more knowledgeable, more understanding of things beyond us, we need to do more space programs like the pioneers for landing the moon. In this way, I think the space, now the people talking about the space race, or the, of course, whenever you're talking about the race, you think about the competition. So competition is very important for the market, for everything, but the cooperation is also important, especially for the space exploration. Without cooperation, it's not possible. Of course, these 3 astronauts, with the support by the more than thousands of people behind in the NASA, in the other fields, they have done their pioneer job. But for the further exploration of the space, we should mobilize the other people to involve in. So in these things, we protect our Earth first, then we try to do only based on the protection of our Earth. We can have more efforts to do the things for the outer space, especially like China. We have 1.4 billion population. If the people are in the very hard situation, how can we spend our efforts or our money to space? So that's the lessons we learned before. So I think to protect our Earth, to do our better job, we should a lot of challenges, many of challenges. But the first challenge, I think myself, is we have to change our mindset. So that's my understanding. So I think I have 3 points to think. It's not limited. So the first, we should be friendly to the people in this Earth, in this planet. We should be friendly to the people nearby and to the people far away. To be nice, friendly to the people in your social circle or outside of your circle or in the other countries. That's in China, many years we have been educated. We have to be harmonized to the environment, be friendly to the people. So that's when only doing that, you feel you are happy, because you go everywhere, you be friendly to the people, people be friendly to you. That's really a two-side, yeah. So second one, I want to see is we should also be respect to the knowledge, to the science, to research. Without the knowledge, without the research and innovation, it's impossible for us to go out space, to go to the moon, to go to Mars. Of course, it's also not possible for us to peacefully live in this Earth. So anything we done, we should respect the science. Then we should know that climate change is the great challenges for human beings. So that nowadays, not only in China, not only in Africa, everywhere you can have the very extreme weather. You have a flooding, you have earthquake, you have the emerging disease. That's all challenges. All those challenges need the understanding of the things, so how to deal with them. So I give you examples. Let me see, in the 1970s in China, there's a big earthquake near Beijing. So there were more than 20,000 people lost in just a few minutes. So that's big. It was a very big earthquake. So why so many people lost in the earthquake? So at least one of the things, we had no forecasting technology, forecastings, or the based certain science research technology system to warning people that would be dangerous earthquake. But just a few weeks ago, there was another earthquake in Sichuan province. So that we had more than 61 seconds early warning. So that's based on science, based on research, based on the new technology. With a 61 seconds early warning, many people saved their lives. But that, of course, that earthquake could not be compared with the earthquake we had in the 1970s. But it gave us enough reasons to see we need to have more knowledge, more science research, more technology to protect us. So be friendly, be respect to the knowledge. It's a very important aspect as well. So the third thing is, I think, very important to be optimistic to the future. The people already mentioned many times. With the people work together, all nice people, people to people, friendly, we work together with certain, technology, science advance and technology development. We are sure we'll have a great future. So to these 3 points together, I think as all of us as humankind, we are the same. If someone is from outside, the outer space came here, they don't care what you're looking, your color, or you're tall, or you're short, you are all human beings. If something happened, they don't care, you are from China or you are from USA. So only we people work together. We can strengthen the capacity to confront any challenges from everywhere. So just now in the movie, in the dialogue, the lady from NASA mentioned that there is evidence of water in moon. So it's reminded me that about 35 years ago, I got my first job after university. I went to Taklamakan Desert. It's the northwest of China. It's a very big desert. We worked together with one of the American company. So that's my first job. I was lucky to work the people I didn't know before, or I didn't meet. So that time we tried to find the oil. But after a few months, before we knew there was oil, suddenly we found there was water, underground water in the desert. Then the scientists say it's more important to find underground water in the desert than the oil. That time I was just very young. I'm not the geologist. I'm not just happened to got my first job in the oil field, seismic exploration. But I remembered clearly even now the people how exciting to find water in the desert, underground water. That time is 1980s. Everybody knows there's a politician. They are talking about the energy, oil, petroleum. They see who control the petroleum, who will control the world. That's all the old thinking. But for our normal people, we just want to see whether there's water, fresh water for us. So, and also that time, it took me 3 days and 3 nights from Beijing to Taklamakan Desert by train, and only get to the city. Then another day cross over the Tianshan Mountains to the fields. Altogether, almost 1 week. I got there. But nowadays, with the new cutting-edge technologies, we have already high-speed train. I don't know how much time it could spend, but I'm sure if from Beijing to the fields, the oil fields, 1 day should be okay. Yeah, I'm sure, yeah, even half day. So I'm just trying to tell the story. We should be very, very optimistic to the future. For the future, if we work together, not simply to see you are someone else or somebody else, especially not simply pick up someone as an enemy. The people all in this globe, we belong to the different circles. Like I had experience working in the desert. It's a hard time, but fortunately I also met friends from USA, from UK. We work together. So that time is my first time I have a jacket. Even I had already graduated from university, so I have never have like a color jacket. Before it's all green clothing, even my, as a kids. But there, the colorful like jacket, the jacket, red color jacket, it's not only make you comfortable wear the different clothes, but it's make safe if you got lost in the desert. The red color could be easy to find. Yeah, so then I learned a lot. Yeah, so that's I would like to share. Because I only have a few minutes to say, I think I should, before I present, my colleague worked very hard to find out with our colleagues in Beijing. They find a 7 minutes video to introduce the Chinese space program. But I would like to remind you, that's really very official or formal introduction of Chinese space activities and space program. But all of those things based on something exist many, many years in China, in Chinese. So that we also have the space dream. That's a driven force for China. We need work together with our international colleagues, especially with our colleagues in USA, to explore the things outside of our Earth, even beyond Moon. So we are going to. We have already sent our rover to the far side of the Moon, and this year there are some more initiatives, and a few years hopefully will from Earth to Mars. So the international cooperation and the common science research are all the basic of those initiatives. So when I talk about the Chinese dream of space, it's long, long ago. There are a lot of stories about space. You have the story about the Star Wars, or you have stories about the ladies. We had stories, fairy tales, a lot of love stories about a nice girl want to find a lover or want to change a place to have a better life in the moon or beyond the moon somewhere. So many stories. Even we were without jacket, but we learned a lot of such stories. So that's the driven force for Chinese people. Work together with the people to do more in such things. So finally, I hope everybody enjoy the celebration of landing moon, not only this week, even the year and the year, further longer. So we also, my colleague prepared some few books. Not everybody has one, but we'll contact our colleagues. If people interested in such things, we can get more for our audience. So finally, I wish this conference great successful, and all of you enjoy this nice weekend. Thank you so much.
On April 24, 1970, China launched the first satellite Dongfang Hong, taking the first step of the journey for Chinese independent exploration and peaceful uses of outer space. With the stepping up of human exploration to outer space, Chinese space development realized outstanding achievements, which have become an important part of international space community. We share only one Earth and live in one world. Space ambition is decided by the size of rockets. Capability of access to space decides how far we travel into space. Current in-service Long March launch vehicles are capable of launching payloads into GEO, MEO, and LEO. New generation Long March 5 and Long March 7 have completed its maiden flights, which provides advanced capability to complete our space station and exploration missions. The deployment of Long March 8 will be the beginning of a series of faster and cheaper rockets. Multiple choices of reliable rockets provide launching opportunities for all nations to place their spacecraft in desired orbit. China is willing to help all nations to realize their space dream in the course of peaceful uses of outer space. Enter the space to embrace the moon, reach the Heaven Palace, and gaze upon the Earth. Those ancient Chinese myths is turning into the reality by space practitioners. By the year 2022, with Chinese space stations set up, the new era of manned space stations will have come. China's lunar exploration mission is about to launch CE-5 to perform the landing on the moon, sample returns to the Earth, exploration of North and South Pole of the moon, and to build a lunar scientific research station. We believe China will fulfill the dream of building a palace on the moon in the near future. The successful launch of CE-4 data relay satellite on May 21st established a solid foundation for unprecedented lunar landing on the far side of the moon by humanity. China aims at exploration missions beyond the moon, such as Mars orbiting and landing, Mars sample return, asteroid study, Jupiter, and planetary flyby probing missions, making contributions to important scientific discoveries, such as pursuing the origins of our solar system and finding extraterrestrial life. The InSight has contributed to the studies of the black hole. Wukong satellite has probed the evidence of the existence of dark matter. With new space era coming, China will contribute wisdoms to exploring the unknown universe, regarding to the major frontier problems on space science. China is willing to join the international space community for the exploration of the unknown universe. In the new era of space, Beidou navigation satellite constellation will fulfill the global coverage. The Satellite of Communication Broadcasting Series will realize full coverage of fixed communication, mobile communication, and data relay, high-resolution Earth observation systems, and Earth observation satellite series including Fengyuan, Haiyang, Huanjing, etc., will develop a continuous and stable operational service capacity. An integrated spatial and territorial information network will be constructed comprehensively. Variety of capitals and strengths start to converge to improve space infrastructure for a new world, serving economic and social development in China and even the whole world. The satellite technology has brought improvements in social services such as Wi-Fi access on planes and high-speed rails, remote communication in rural areas, precise navigation during ocean voyages, and monitoring and analysis of hydrology, agriculture, and forestry. Satellite application industry is developing to be tailored and diversified. The merging of satellite industry and other industries are supporting regional coordinated development and rural revitalization plan. Remote sensing satellites, communication and broadcasting satellites, and navigation and positioning satellites will be comprehensively used to provide convenient services for the public in many areas, such as weather forecasting, environmental monitoring, disaster emergency management, natural resources investigation, transportation services, agricultural and forestry area monitoring, intelligent city management, and public security. The era of space economy has arrived and is about to change every aspect of human life. The achievements of space science and technology will benefit more and more people all over the world. China is willing to share the benefits of space science and technology and help promote the sustainable economic and social development for all mankind. Opening up and cooperation will always be the theme of the new era of space development. As pointed out in China's space activities in 2016, China maintains that international exchanges and cooperation should be strengthened on the basis of equality and mutual benefit, peaceful utilization and inclusive development, striving to promote progress of space industry for mankind as a whole and its long-term sustainable development. China's satellite system will provide services for nations alongside the Belt and Road and the neighboring countries. The construction of the Belt and Road Spatial Information Corridor, the remote sensing satellite constellation of BRICS, and the multi-mission small satellite constellation missions of Asia-Pacific Space Cooperation Organization is progressing rapidly, promoting the social and economic development of member countries. With an active and open attitude, China will embrace the communications and cooperation in the process of peacefully exploring and utilizing outer space. China will contribute to building the community with a shared future for mankind.